this is the title track, I Haunt My Own House. Dark wind blows against the house. It rattles the windows inside. A man made of smoke in the dim hallway light, humming about knowing he died. And he looked at my hands with his eyes far away, seeming to have something to say. At the end of a man, I now understand. Death is time travel, you see. And the ghost in the hallway is me. I haunt my own house, came back to the past, try and warn myself of things going wrong. I haunt my own house, cause life doesn't last, teaching lessons I knew all along. Like strive to be kind, we don't have much time to hold on to the hands that we love. And never miss a chance to ask someone to dance, particularly if they're not brave enough. I haunt my own house, it ain't really bad, my spooky self keeps me company. My house that haunts me, don't think that it's sad, it's just a death-fulfilling destiny. Sneaky, ironic, should be a tonic slipped into our coffins for free. But don't worry, Jack, when we all come back, we'll keep our younger selves company. I haunt my own house. Thank you. Thank you. Woke up thinking how this world is sinking and things aren't going so well. Sun's still shining, so I ain't whining about the world going to hell. In our city, things aren't so pretty, and Congress is filled with clowns. And this fresh air, I don't despair as our ship is going down, and our ship is going down. Sneaking across the frozen lake, trying not to make it crack. If you fall through, it's lights out for you, but you gotta take the chance, so you might as well dance. That mechanic on the Titanic, and duct tape just doesn't do. They try to plug the leak in while the crew is freaking and the lifeboats leave without you. Those who scurry, no time to worry about the things that you don't know. Listen to voices that make their choices based on a reality TV show. Bad reality TV show. Sneaking across the frozen lake, trying not to make it crack. If you fall through, it's lights out for you, but you gotta take the chance, so you might as well dance. from the bad behavior. Well, I got me and got mine. They can't suture up our future in our grandchildren's time. That's right, our grandchildren's time.
Find out who's clapping and who's not.
Wheeler and I have worked together for a long time, and it's, well, my descent into showbiz, it started on a whim, but it's lasted for over 50 years. I always loved playing music, and playing the guitar got me my very first job, playing for a music children's theater company. This, in time, with a man named Wheeler Cole, started a career in busking, performing on the streets. Busking, my father said, when I told him our plans to move to California and busk for a living. Really? Busking? But if he had any great opposition, he really didn't say. Now, when my father was that age, he was fighting in World War II. Commissioned officer in the Navy, got his ass blown out of the water, or close to, many, many times. But after the war, it was time to acclimate back to the business world, where his father had been very successful. One summer I came home for a visit. My dad took me for a sail. He had grown up sailing in Rhode Island, and it was his great love. His father taught him, and together they sailed the waters off of Jamestown, the Dumplings area, and the famed house on the rocks, Clingstone. While we were tacking near the Newport Bridge, my dad told me something. I never liked working for the big corporations, he said. I always wanted to work in boats. But then my father said, boats? Boats? You can't make a living in boats, you'll starve. So I went into business instead. He went on to tell me it was the war that changed his outlook. After surviving the invasion of Sicily and seeing his friend get blown out of the water, he came home and he decided there must be something more important to do than work for these big corporations. So he went back to his dream of designing boats. And eventually, he was quite successful. When I left home to become a busker, I thought my father, the businessman, had nothing to offer me. It took me 20 years to realize that what he offered me was a chance to try my hand at something that I loved without judgment. A wooden sailboat sliding through the waters like watching a tree, learning how to swim with the sky and the sea, kissing the horizon. Every story has a lesson as memories dim. The mast cries, I once stood in the forest, branches blowing with the heart of crows. Now the waves have become my mistress, following the stars off to where no one knows. Father's dreams drew my bones on paper, a brother's hands molded wood to see. Boat builder's son searches for fair weather, scanning the waves ahead as far as he can see. The mast cries, I once stood in the forest, with my brothers covered mountains vast. Then came the woodcutter, searching for a century, and a tree became a story, this story now amassed. If I could stand where I stood, quiet in the forest, wide. Would I return, knowing all I've learned as the moon dances with the tide? The mass cries I once grew as a seedling, born wild of heart before I had a name. I've been scarred by a life of travel, but deep within my spirit's still the same. A wooden sailboat sliding through the waters, like watching a tree learning how to swim. And a boat builder's son searches for fair weather, scanning the waves ahead as far as he can see. Scanning the waves ahead as far as he can see. Thank you. Thank you very much. A little personal history in there to go along. And that story is true, and I did not know that my father had that successful late career until I was an adult. It's like, why didn't you tell me? All right, my guitar's freaking out. I had a little trouble yesterday. I was changing the strings. I thought I was seeing double. Turns out I opened up a pack of 12 strings, guitar strings. 12 guitar strings. All right, this tune is called Lunchbox. We made a wonderful music video from this. And if you like to see a man singing and dancing and cleaning house in his underwear, this would be a good video for you. This video also features, I had a friend say, you look great in a pink dress. I said, it's an apron, man, it's an apron. Anyway, Lunchbox. On the album, it features the great Duke Robillard, which is a national blues player who agreed to play on the album. Lunchbox. Judith gets up, climbs aboard the morning train. Pink umbrella, radio says it'll rain. One kiss goodbye, every morning the same. Inside a lunchbox, she got a little piece of my heart. Inside a lunchbox, she got a little piece of my heart. I'm hollering inside every time we're apart. Honey is sweet, but that don't do me no good. She ain't home, candy tastes like it's wood. I'd change my tune, but I don't even know if I could. Inside a lunchbox, got a little piece of my heart. Inside a lunchbox, got a little piece of my heart. When time comes, that's when the day starts. Half of me is staying home. Half of me stays at my phone. The better half is in Thank you. Thank you very much.